What's going on to you, Aquarius? How you, Aquarius, are doing? As you can see, that's my dog, right? My dog's, like I said, she's gonna be fine. I'm gonna get her some the medication in the next 2 weeks when I get paid. She'll be fine. So for you, Aquarius, you have the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and then you have the King of Swords. She survived 20 years being with me. You think I'm just gonna let her waste away? Of course not. No, she's gonna be around a very long time. Isn't that right, my love? Love you, baby. All right, so for you, Aquarius, the Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the King of Swords right here represents how get comfortable. You're all right. You're good. Get comfortable. So for you, Aquarius, what you've got here is the Eight of Cups, right? And the Seven of Swords is pretty much about how you, Aquarius, King of Swords too. You, Aquarius, pretty much are hiding from vultures. You know, you, Aquarius, have essentially separated yourself or gotten away from a really goofy situation. Some of you, Aquarius, may have decided to change the scenery, travel, but not just, yes, physically travel, but not just travel, but just not engage in goofy behavior, going back and forth with yourself and another person. And you, Aquarius, are making very good decisions in the first place by doing that, by not engaging. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the Lovers and the Knight of Swords. It could have been someone that you knew romantically who just wants to provoke you to get you, Aquarius, to start acting a certain kind of way. And of course, you, Aquarius, don't want that to happen because why, right? Like what exactly is the point of that in the first place? And so the situation with that is that the Lovers is an indication of, again, like, you know, this is a situation where, you know, the person whom you're getting away from, like I just finished saying, is someone whom you may have dated before, right? That you don't plan on getting back together with, you want nothing to do with. The Knight of Swords here represents that you're trying to defend from them instead of attract them in. You don't want them around you at all. You're not going to seek their attention. They're actually trying to seek you, Aquarius's attention. So you, Aquarius, like I said before, you, Aquarius, seems to me like you got a stalker on your hands, because I know, having a stalker on my hands for the past 18 years. You know, luckily the stalker ain't do anything too wild or too wild, always respected that space and never did anything, appreciate, I guess, the person for not going that far. But this person was doing things to potentially go that far. And that's the reason why you, Aquarius, decided to leave them alone in the first place. And so now what happens is that the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands also for you, Aquarius, just basically represents how, you have way more opportunity not paying them any attention. They held you back. The Eight of Pentacles, like I said before, represents, look at how this person is essentially picking the pentacle, which is a good thing. Pentacles are good, off of the tree, right? Look at it, right? Eight of Pentacles, right? A person who is picking the pentacle off of the tree. What does this mean? This means you have so much opportunity focusing on what you're focusing on, right? Like I said, some of you, Aquarius, traveled. I know a lot of you traveled. More than one of you, more than three of you traveled. So traveling is something important. Seriously, I could name, but I'm not going to. Of course not. But I know a lot of you, Aquarius, who have traveled. And so because of that, you have this opportunity that you, Aquarius, saw, and that you're using that opportunity, right? The Eight of Pentacles represents this opportunity is just like growing on trees. So you just raise your hand, pick it off the tree and just eat like an apple. And so the thing is that the Six of Wands represents how, who this person represented to you, this past romantic interest, you don't pay any attention to them at all. You want nothing to do with them. They're not even in the way. They would like to be in the way, but they're not in the way. And so the Nine of Pentacles here represents how you, Aquarius, um, uh, you have a lot, to kind of piggyback off of the Eight of Pentacles, the picking off of this tree, to just, oh, well, it's abundant. Okay, it's abundant. Oh, well, and just getting it. The Nine of Pentacles represents you picked off all of the pentacles growing off of the tree, meaning that it's abundant. What you have, opportunities that you, Aquarius, have is more than one opportunity. And so you, Aquarius, are doing the astute thing, right? Why wouldn't you do something that is abundant or opportune for you, right? Astute. Of course you're going to do it, and you are doing it. And so the Four of Swords and the Fool card right here for you represents how this is a situation where the Four of Swords is really about, so that puts an end to whatever kind of weirdo connection that you may have had with this goofball who's been deciding to like stalk you or get your attention, i.e. stalking you, right? Or to try to get your attention. If it's so-called friends that you didn't want anything to do with, you getting away from them, you making space between yourself and them, pretty much makes a stamp on this interaction with them. You won't have this interaction with them. And so the Fool card right here represents how you're, again, Fool card, looking for opportunities elsewhere, like I've been talking about, right? Letting go of the past, letting bygones be bygones, right? Letting things that don't mean anything go. And so to look. And so we're gonna hang out, don't worry. We're gonna hang out, just chill. And so the situation with that is, yes, I put my dog on my bed. Yes, because I love her that much. Yes, mind your business. But the point is that the thing is that you're looking for other opportunities, and the other opportunities is worth looking for, and you're looking for it, right? So, which is great, because it means that you're not like held down or held back with what you, Aquarius, have had to dealing with this person. Because sometimes too, it is about relocating sometimes too, right? You get a chance to pretty much start over in that sense where, okay, maybe, you made the mistake of knowing too many people, and maybe it's like, okay, you're going to not know too many people, right? Now that you relocated in a different space, now it's like, okay, now you're going to, you learn from your decisions. You learn from, the things that happen to you. Okay, maybe not know so many people, right? Maybe keep more of a low profile. Maybe do this differently. Maybe do that differently. You get these things as it is that you relocate. Now, granted, you shouldn't just be running amok everywhere it is that you go, because then the world becomes a small place, right? Eventually, the world becomes a small place because stay there. The world becomes a small place due to the fact that, people talk. And so what ends up happening here with that is stay there. And so what ends up happening with that is that because the world ends up being a small place, because you end up running amok everywhere you go, now it's like, okay, wherever it is that you go, there you are. People know about you. And that kind of stupid reputation precedes you. You don't want that. So, but you can do certain things, right? My plan is to relocate potentially, because I got to figure out what it is and I'm going to do with the stuff. Got the bow and arrow. I took up archery, all kind of stuff. I got the bow there with me and different things like that. And it's just the trouble of like picking up the things that I have. I can always get a new TV. I can always, get new clothes. But the things like the toys that I have, the action figures, it's like, how am I gonna, so that's a different subject. So, well, no, it's the same subject. But the point I'm trying to make here for you, Aquarius, is that you, Aquarius, are really listening to yourself, and listening to yourself is really really, oh no, I'm gonna have to, it's really going to really help you, Aquarius, in the first place. It's going to really help you, Aquarius, in the first place, do what it is that you, Aquarius, essentially have to do and prosper the way that you want to prosper. So let's clarify the Fool card and let's get out of here. So you have the Queen of Cups, the Judgment, Five of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and then you, Aquarius, have the Hierophant, right? Which, to clarify, the Fool card. So again, the Queen of Cups, the Judgment, Five of Pentacles, potentially relocate to a different location, find love in a different location. Maybe some of you, Aquarius, feel like you didn't, you know, things didn't necessarily work out in the matters of the heart the way that you wanted it to in one location, trying to redo it again, obviously with someone else. This is also about, you know, home is where the heart is, and you didn't necessarily feel at home where you were. Now you're trying to find if this place feels like home. You know what I mean? And so people who move around a lot, like I did and will continue to do more than likely in the future, and what you, Aquarius, look like y'all are doing, trying to find a home, trying to find an environment where it feels right, you know. But I want you, Aquarius, to really kind of understand that people are hostile and goofy no matter where you go. It just depends on the averages. Are the people there averagely, do they have common sense there on average? Or is it that they're kind of derpy derp and short yellow bus on average? It really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so the things that the Three of Swords and the Hierophant represents how a lot of you, Aquarius, you know, the person that was has been trying to get your attention secretly, i.e. your ex or one of your exes, they don't have you anymore. They have to accept the fact that you, Aquarius, are gone. And you're probably not going to say where you've gone to. And it's probably a good idea that you don't. You just say that you've relocated. Don't really, because you know, crazy is as crazy does. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? You know, don't underestimate stalkers, but y'all are going to do what y'all want to do. And so the Hierophant here represents also, and enjoy yourself. You know, you, Aquarius, should enjoy yourself. If this place feels like home, wherever feels like home, do your thing. But that's it. Hey, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 29,124 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Oh, if you, Aquarius, want to come through and get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. So next year seems like it's going to be a bunch of just relocating, right? If not, hiding out from the ex and not really being seen. So this was your reading for 2026. Maybe even the place that you relocate to may feel like home, and you, Aquarius, feel like, okay, you don't want to move. That's why you're keeping it a secret. And that if people know where you are, then they just know where you are. But other than that, that's it. Peace, Aquarius.